Alright. Welcome back to ReZero, Anime Review, episode number 73. We are here reviewing the penultimate episode of Season 3 of the ReZero anime, known as A Repulsive Dinner Banquet. I had to look up, see exactly what that's from. This episode adapts from the second half of the prologue, most of Chapter 1, and what looks to be the entirety of Chapter 2. So, we start off with, a lot of this episode is from Chapter 1. Before we get to that big portion there, let's start with the other battle. We have Julius and Ricardo fighting one of the other archbishops of Gluttony. Not the one. I think they're fighting. I think they're fighting. I don't think it's Law. I think they're fighting Roy. Yeah, they're fighting Roy. His brother. Yes. Yeah, fighting his brother for a while, and of course also fighting him. Of course, you have Julius one of his moves. Mention about a brother he possibly had, which of course is a flashback to. I look up who the heck they're basically referring to. Joshua Gilicus. Who is this? Julius's brother. His younger brother. Yep. Yeah. Well, apparently he's getting fuzzy, so there is a possibility that Roy may have eaten the memory for Julius of this one character. And Ricardo's like, how'd you know my name? I never said it. And then we also have from Chapter 2, which is from a lot of this episode is from Chapter 2 as well, where it's Al versus Capilla, where slicing her in half doesn't do anything. He tries multiple times to try basically do it, and then he's like, I've had enough. So then she goes to dragon form, and he's like, I've had enough. And then he proceeds to basically apparently put bombs on all these pillars somehow, knocking all of them out and apparently crushing her. And he swims to the surface, and then it seems like you're about to see him take off his helmet, then Anastasia shows up. And they chat for a bit and about dying and before. He's like, who are you? And then Ferris comes in and gets his chest poked with Al's sword, which the anime threw in like a little tiny bit of blood. The book never mentioned basically his chest was had a little blood. And then Capilla shows up again. He's like, I've had my fun, so I'm gonna leave. Here, you can have these beasts. And like, Debbie and Beast like, no, like the name. And then she leaves, and then of course the three of them run. Al calls for help, and then here comes Renard, completely out of nowhere, which yes is from the book too. And him slicing the creatures up. So that's from Chapter 2. So basically they finally continue the fight where you have Otto with basically all these people. Fella's up doing her own thing, where everybody is taking on Lyle, the Archbishop, one of the Archbishop of Gluttony. And I did look this up. This is the same guy who ate Rem's memory back at the beginning of Season 2 of the show. Same guy. Of course, this one mentions Rem, which is interesting because that's the first time the name's been mentioned this whole season. Because, actually, not since the beginning of the season. Because she's still asleep because of what he did. And then we see him eating people's names. We see this guy called Dreyfus. Let's see. He eats the names of, of Hicks Hagerman. They eat his name. And of course, they mention what they're fighting. And of course, they mention Subaru, Roswell Mathers. Oh, actually, I think he mentioned a little bit later. And then, of course, Otto proceeds to distract him long enough to put explosives in his pants. And somehow he survives and loses. It's like, damn, you ruined my good clothes. And he's like, I'm going to eat you. And you see him in a name. And then here comes Beatrice completely out of nowhere. which, yes, in the book too. Like, she's basically on top of building, jumps down, like, oh, and of course you have, I'm about to say her name, then of course basically goes, he's there, it's like, oh, hello, Puja-sama. Which of course now he's talking like Rem. And that makes her angry, because this is the guy who ate Rem's name and her memories. And, well, its ending is about halfway through chapter 1. Now, we're probably going to adapt the rest of this next week, and probably along with the last couple of chapters of the book. And yes, there's one more to go. I'm hoping, really hoping. Because if you're curious, how much is left to go to adapt from this book? Let's see. You have that from chapter 1, which is basically about 20 pages. As for the rest of the book itself, they have roughly that much. So it could be possible the final episode could be, and I don't know if it's the same like as a movie as the first episode of the season. No, I'm thinking maybe over maybe an hour at most. Yes, so it was recently leaked that, and I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but that there's been a leak out there from a source that ReZero is getting a season 4. I'm like, yes, 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 because there's plenty of light novels to adapt, and the season's been so good. I mean, why not do a season 4? There's nothing stopping it. And it's not the only one getting season 4 and bring Nick Bacher and have to be on the series. Yeah, this one, Rise Your Hero has come out in July. Konosuba's been confirmed for season 4. Like get all the big stuff getting season 4, which is awesome. I love this. I really do. I just kind of wish they would confirm Overlord season 5 soon. Because that's the only one that hasn't like. It seems like all those major series, it seems like the only major series that was part of the Isekai Quartet stuff that has now confirmed their season yet is Cautious Hero. You're thinking, really? There's another season of that one? They've only had one season of that show. ReZero is going to the 3rd season. Rise Your Hero is going to be going to his 4th season soon. Konosuba's been confirmed for season 4. And I'm like, you have all these really cool shows getting more seasons. Overlord's already had his 4th season already. It probably can have one more left and then be done. But the only major isekai series that still needs another season is, actually there's a couple of them. There is Combat Dispatched. That's one. It wasn't part of the Isekai Quartet, but I would love to see that one get another season for that one. And the other is Cautious Hero. These two really need season 2. Because there's still plenty of books to adapt. For Combat Dispatched, that first season only covered the first 2 books. And they have roughly about, you want how much? 6 books to adapt. So plenty of room. For Cautious Hero, last volume came out a while ago for that one. And there is roughly about 5 more volumes to be adapted. So you have potential for 2 seasons for that show. In the case of Cautious Hero, Combat Dispatch, that one you could have potential for I'd say about 3 seasons for that one. Yeah, I'd say season 2 you could do book 3 and 4. 3 you can do 5 and 6 because book 5 kind of includes the first arc. You have book 6, book 7. You would think because Konosuba's finished up that he would do more Combat Dispatch, but who knows? But yeah, amazing episode. Love this one. And I can't wait for the final episode, which I have not looked up and see how much the runtime is yet because it's not been released yet. Yeah, and it's coming out next week. I'm like, good. Very good. It's like, I like all the anime I'm watching all confirmed for season 4. Of course, like I said, this one, Rise Your Hero is coming this year, Konosuba. I know that, let's see, there is Walking Immercon. That's been confirmed for season 4, which is awesome. There is, I think, what other anime is for season 4? Mushoku Tensei and Choose My Way Fans. Those been confirmed for season 3. I love all the anime I'm watching, and they're getting new seasons, which I think is awesome. There's some other anime I really would love to see season 4. Like, one is, they have not confirmed anything for their season yet for this one. how realistic with the kingdom. There's still plenty of books. Heck, yeah, I've talked to a couple of the voice actors. Even they agree. One of the voice actors from the show, the one who voices Castor, even he agrees. There's still more story to tell. There's no reason we can't have a season 2 for that one. But that's another talk for another time. But I just really love it. Basically, like I said, I love all these anime watching, and there are more seasons, which is awesome. Studios, keep greenlighting these shows because I'm gonna watch them because they're awesome. Yeah. And of course, ReZero has had the same studio. Hasn't switched studios. Like, this is one of those shows where it's never switched studios. It's had the same studio from start to finish. And can you believe the first season came out 9 years ago? Yeah, and then here's the weird thing. Season 2 did not come out until... Okay, if you're really curious, how long ago did season 2 come out for the show? I think it was like back in 2020, I think it was. Yeah, they waited like 4 years after they completed season 1 for the release of this one. I think it was that one. Yeah. First episode premiere for that one roughly about 4 years after the conclusion of the first season for the show. Yeah, and then we have this season come out just like late last year, waiting only 3 years, which not bad waiting time. I don't mind 3 years, but if it's more than that, it just seems so awesome, the fact that we basically are getting more stuff here. It's just that I think, in my honest opinion, I think the reason why they said they greenlit season 4 now is because, yes, season's been really good, but here's the problem. The whole thing of splitting the show in the season half, probably, I think White Fox must have realized, though, yeah, I think we made a mistake basically doing this, so let's just go ahead and do season 4 to do that very next arc, which is arc 6. Which, that's going to be interesting given what happens in that arc. Because arc 6 picks up right where this arc leaves off. Oh yeah, definitely. It's basically, well, arc 6 is the same amount of volumes as this one, 5. Yeah. In case you're curious, what arc are we now for the light novels? We're in arc 7. And I've only reviewed the first, I think it's the first like 2 volumes. 1 or 2 volumes of the series. I think it's like just the first volume. Yeah, I reviewed the first one. I don't think the second volume was volume 27. That has not been released yet. Excuse me. Yes, I'm looking forward when it does get released. Yeah. But will I be reviewing volume 27 when it comes out here? Yes, definitely. So yeah, that's particularly a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and that's going to be here. So, I decided to make an announcement when it comes to Sentai that Dawn Brothers is going hiatus because it has lost my hook at the few episodes. So I'm switching that one with a different one. You'll find out when I get to it. But next, I'm going to go out to get some gas in my car, pick up Blue Books in the library, come back and watch that, and watch those first 4 Sentai episodes that new Sentai would start up. Okay? Thanks you. Bye.